Okay, so I'm going to show what I do to set up for this Infernal Defeat Foes event. So this is at my level. So the concept is same for everybody at different levels, right? For me, I have to get 3k damage in order to max this event. So when I look at this, defeating 2 level 7 foes is what I'm trying to do with the amount of stamina that I have, because that'll hit me just a little bit over what I need. Okay, so the setup for this prior to is setting up your Vanquish skills first. So the idea is to reset your points, set up to where you have champion recovery, and you go straight down the left side. You start by putting everything into Boundless Stamina 3, everything into Boundless Stamina 2, and then whatever you have left over, you put into Boundless Stamina 1. Okay, it's all about the maximum amount of stamina that you can get. But you start with 3, move to 2, and then move to 1. Okay, the next thing is gear setup. So this headsman sword that I have, if you have the set, which is the chest and the sword, you get an extra 500 stamina. Okay, and I have both. So that gives me an extra 500. The other thing that you want, which I don't have yet, some of you do, is this Vanquisher set. Okay, and you want the head, the hands, and the relic, which I do have one of those, but I don't have 3, or the boots. My personal opinion is that it's better to have the head, the hands, and the relic, but I'm closer to the boots, so I'll end up going for the boots. The reason why you want these boots is because they're going to regenerate your stamina faster. So if you can get the head, the hands, and the relic, that's going to give you an additional max stamina of 1,000. So between this set and this set, you get an extra 1,500 stamina. Okay? All right. The other thing is choosing your skin. Okay? So I enter my fortress, go here, manage skins. Blood Bastion is going to give you extra stamina depending on the level you're at. I think it goes, actually we can see it here. So stamina, right now I'm at 1,000. You can get all the way to 2,500 more if you max this thing out. Okay, so you switch to this skin, you switch to those gears, and you do all of this about 15 hours ahead of time before the event. That's your setup. Then you let all this fill up. So this is the max I can get. Some of you will be able to get more, some of you will be able to get less. All right, so here's what I'm going to do now. Now I'm going to set up to get the maximum amount of damage that I can. So I'm going to switch all of my points. Reset my points. Okay, put the minimum here. I start with the minimum here. Minimum here. Minimum. Minimum. And basically you see what I'm doing. I get down here to Vanquish Damage 1, and I'm going to max it out. Come here to Vanquish Damage 2, I'm sorry. And Vanquish Damage 1, I'm going to max it out. Here's where it gets tricky. Add 3 there. Get down to flurries. I'm going to start with 6. Okay, some of you it's going to be a little bit different. And then I got my Vanquish damage stuff on, all right, because this is going to add some Vanquish damage. This is going to add Vanquish chain attack bonus for me. This is going to add Vanquish damage 40%, right? Depending on what level it is, it's all different. This adds Vanquish damage, okay? So you can see where I'm going here. And this doesn't add any Vanquish damage. So the idea is to get these 3 pieces and this sword on for the most amount of Vanquish damage that you can get. Now, I'm going to go see how much damage I could do hitting one of these Empire captains. Now, the thing is selecting the right foes to defeat for this event. Steam tanks take 1,250 for me at a level 7. So it doesn't make sense to try to hit those guys, right? Because that's going to it's going to cost me more. I could probably do more damage to this Empire Captain. You see that? I'm using less stamina. So I'm using 3,000 stamina to hit. I have 8,530. So I have plenty to kill 2. Okay? Plenty. Now here's what I'm going to do. Now that I know that I can get the total damage and kill him, I don't need any more towards flurry of attacks. Okay? So I only need those 6. Now what I want to do is reduce the amount of stamina that I need, so that way I can save stamina for whatever the next event is. Okay? So what I'm going to do now is go back into my skills. Okay? And I'm going to put everything else towards Inhuman Vigor. So if you can't do the maximum damage, you would bump up more until flurry of attacks so that you can kill 2 level 7s with the amount of stamina that you have, or 2 level 8s, or whatever it is for the goal that you're trying to reach. Okay, so now I look at them. I've reduced the amount of stamina that I need, okay, to do that amount of damage. For some of you, you would have to increase that flurry of attacks in order to get the amount of damage that you need to kill it. For me, this is what I need. All right, now I'm going to hit him. And you're going to see I'm going to max this event by killing 2. And I have another one right here, so I'll kill that one next. There's one. Halfway there. I still have enough stamina for one more. Plus, I have even extra. And let's take out the second one and max the event. And the event is maxed. Just like that. Now, what I'll do in order to set up for the next event, which I'll do a video on later, is I'll set up the same thing, boundless stamina, 3 and 2, and then everything else into 1. I'll set all that up again for this event.